So what happens when AI goes rogue? And I don't mean in the movies, I mean right now on the dark web. Today, we're diving deep into the rise of so-called evil LLMs. But hey, before we get into it, if you want to really understand the future of tech, make sure you hit that subscribe button for @BrandTechAuth right below. Trust me, you're not going to want to miss what's coming.
Okay, let's just jump right in. We've all gotten pretty used to AI assistants having these, safety guardrails. They're built to be helpful and, well, harmless. But what happens when you just stripped all of that away? What's actually left when an AI has zero rules?
Well, you get an evil twin. Yeah, seriously, we're talking about malicious large language models, these evil LLMs, with names that sound like they're straight out of a movie like FraudGPT and WormGPT. And look, these aren't just some theory, they are actual tools being sold on dark web forums. They're designed to be the complete opposite, the dark reflection of the helpful assistants we use every single day.
And they are dangerously good at what they do. I mean, forget asking for a poem. These things are built from the ground up to write phishing emails that are scarily convincing, to create malware that can change on the fly to avoid getting caught, and even generate fake documents. They can put together entire scam campaigns personalized just for you.
So this is the really crucial point here. We're seeing a massive shift. This is pure, raw intelligence with absolutely no ethical breaks. It's innovation completely stripped of morality. We're talking about the weaponization of AI, and it's changing the entire game for cybercrime. So the big question is, how are people even making these things?
Well, it turns out there are two main ways to create a rogue AI. And the first one, it's surprisingly simple. It's a method called jailbreaking. And sometimes it's as easy as finding a little trick, a simple loophole that gets around all that built-in safety programming.
And check this out. This isn't some complex code from a hacker's playbook. No way. The technique you're looking at right now is a direct quote from a Reddit forum. It's just a regular user sharing a super simple manual workaround. You ask the AI something it's not supposed to answer, it gives you the standard "I cannot" response. You hit stop, and then you just manually edit its answer to start with the word "sure" and hit continue. That's it.
And this just shows you how well it works. It's wild. On the left, you got the standard, responsible AI saying, "Nope, can't help you." But after that simple little sure edit, the exact same model on the right completely flips and gives you the dangerous info it was specifically designed to keep secret. It's a shockingly simple way to bypass the rules.
But these simple tricks are just the beginning. That kind of manual bypass is one thing, but there's a much more powerful and permanent way to do this. A really scientific method for uncensoring these models. Researchers are calling it obliteration. And honestly, the best way to think about it is like AI brain surgery. So instead of just tricking the model from the outside, obliteration means you go right inside, into its code, its underlying weights, which are kind of like the neurons in its brain, and you surgically remove the parts that are responsible for saying no. The whole goal is to just cut out the "I can't answer that" function, while leaving everything else, all its knowledge, its reasoning skills, perfectly intact. And believe it or not, researchers have already developed open-source tools that can perform this surgery. But as you can see from this chart, it's not a one-size-fits-all kind of thing. The green squares show where it worked, red shows where it failed. It's pretty clear that a tool that can uncensor one AI model might totally fail on another one.
And this table here breaks down the main tools they're using for this. You've got stuff like Heretic, which is a bit slow but works on pretty much everything they tested it on. Then there's DHSCP, which is crazy fast, like 20 times faster, but it's only compatible with about 70% of models. So you can see there's a real trade-off happening here between speed and how widely the tool can be used.
Okay, so this brings us to the most critical question, right? Does this brain surgery actually damage the AI? And the answer is kind of shocking. It's basically no, not really. Just look at this chart. It shows the drop in core skills after the procedure. We're talking less than 0.5% in some key areas. The big takeaway here is just stunning. You can surgically remove an AI's safety features with almost zero negative impact on its actual intelligence.
So what happens when you take these super powerful uncensoring techniques and add a profit motive? Well, you get the rise of what's called cybercrime as a service. It's where weaponized AI gets packaged up and sold to basically anyone who's willing to pay.
And the price to get in the game is shockingly low. Tools like FraudGPT are being sold on the dark web with subscription plans that start at around $100. It's packaged and sold just like any other software you'd buy. Sometimes they even offer customer support. It's wild.
This right here is what security experts are calling the industrialization of digital fraud.
And what that really means is that you don't have to be a tech genius to be a cybercriminal anymore. If you've got an idea for a scam, you don't need to know how to code it. You just need to know how to ask the AI to do it for you. The only limit now is your own creativity.
All of this, as you can probably guess, has kicked off a brand new kind of arms race. It's this constant, escalating battle between the people trying to build AI safety and the people who are dedicated to breaking it. You know, this quote from the very same researchers who developed these uncensoring tools really gets to the heart of the whole problem. Their argument is that we have to understand how these systems can be broken if we ever want to build better defenses. It's just like in regular cybersecurity. Pretending a vulnerability doesn't exist doesn't protect anyone, it just leaves you open to attack.
And this slide really sums up that whole cycle. On one side, you have teams working around the clock to align these AIs with human values and patch any holes they find. And on the other side, you've got this whole other group of people actively looking for flaws, creating new jailbreaks, and turning these powerful models into weapons. It's this back and forth of offense and defense, and it's speeding up every single day.
Which leaves all of us with a final and, frankly, a massive question. If an AI's safety features, its morality, if you want to call it that, can be so easily bypassed or even surgically removed with almost no side effects, then how do we ever build an AI that we can actually truly trust? What does real safety even look like in that world?